Linda Tripp comes forward and is like, I have a young friend who's currently having an affair with the president.
And it's like, Linda Tripp, shut up, you loser. But she's like, I don't have any personal experience with Bill, but my young 20-year-old intern friend named Monica Lewinsky sure does.
The problem is, like, Linda's motivation is bad, but what Monica was doing was very dangerous. And it was very bad for her.
Yes.
And somebody who knew better needed to get her out of there. And that's not why Linda did what she did.
No!
But the result, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I would have done if Monica were coming to me, but I would have done something to end it.
You wouldn't have encouraged her. Linda Tripp was encouraging her because of her own personal gain. Let's get into it.
Okay. Right.
So Linda Tripp, we'll get into it in a minute. But right now, all they tell us is that she worked in the Pentagon and she hated Bill Clinton. We'll get into why.
Then we get this whole thing about the government shutdown of whatever year it was. This is an example of the documentary giving us no context.
Yeah.
I don't remember what year the government shut down, but like basically they sent all the government workers home except the interns.
The interns were allowed to stay.
They were running a skeleton staff at the White House, and Monica Lewinsky, an intern, was the bearer of late-night pizzas to the Oval Office.
And she has all of this access to him. She would bring him late night pizza.
Well, she was bringing everyone late night pizza in this story. But throughout this documentary, we get the actual audio that Linda Tripp recorded.
Yeah.
So like Monica Lewinsky, I'm just going to say this now. Monica thought she was confiding in her friend / mother figure, Linda Tripp.
Totally.
Linda Tripp was never a friend to Monica Lewinsky.
No,
she was always a monster.
And she was on a mission to get a book deal that we'll learn about. And like her agent, that woman, Lucianne, or whatever the hell that woman's name is, said to her, you know the girl that's having sex with the president? You got to get her on tape explaining it all. That'll get us the best possible book deal. And we'll get to take down the president, which I know is the thing you want to do the most.
Right. So like when we hear these tapes, Linda Tripp is like egging Monica on for her own, I hate her. I can't even finish the sentence.
But she was 22 years old. She's working for the president. Of course, she's very drawn to him. And the thing that's so crazy is that this relationship with Monica Lewinsky starts just as the Paula Jones trial is like heating up. He cannot stop himself.
After Paula Jones sues him, he starts up with Monica.
Can you imagine?
And make it make sense.
I know.
I know. Stop talking to me about what the meaning of the word is and just make that part of it make sense.
Yeah, and like Monica's not a part of this documentary, but she's been in other documentaries, so they start using clips from other ones. First of all, she looks like $1 million.
Yeah,
the documentary from like recently, she looks incredible. And she's saying that like
he paid a lot of attention to me. He spent time sort of standing there and held my hand longer than he should have and gave what others have described as the full Bill Clinton. It feels as if you're the only person standing there.
He would look right into your eyes, make you feel like you're the only person in the room. And of course, like she's 22 and like totally drawn to him.
Right. And we also learned that the Oval Office, of course, is very well protected. You need to pass 3 doors to get in.
Yeah.
And she was always invited in there.
And I didn't even know this. Apparently, there's a small office off of the Oval Office, which is where the president spends most of his time. Because like the Oval Office is only used for like ceremonial purposes or whatever. And so that was like a little tiny little meeting room that was like their hidden private room where they would like get together.
Right. And so it started as a kiss, and then it became more and more. Because Monica says, I just looked at him and said, I have a crush on you. And instead of getting her transferred immediately, instead of handling it like an adult,
or like the leader of the free
president, who is being sued for this very thing, what does this fucking idiot do? This predator, he takes her up on it.
And my thing is like, who thinks you're going to get away with this when you're taking the 22-year-old intern? Even if nobody on your staff talks, you really think she's not going to tell anyone? You really think she's not going to fucking tell somebody?
It's a compulsion. He's not thinking ahead.
Nope.
He's not even thinking about Paula Jones and the lawsuit in that moment. He's not thinking about any of the other 20 women he's taken advantage of. He is just thinking right now.
Yeah, and then we get like all these stories about like what actually happened between the two of them. Like we're told
after Monica Lewinsky flashes her thong at Bill Clinton, she's with him at one point when he's talking on the phone to a congressman.
He has her performing oral sex on him as he's talking with 2 congressmen about sending troops into battle, and who later said, oh my gosh, that was me.
And then we're told that she was giving him oral sex while he was on the phone with 2 congressmen talking about sending troops into battle. We are told that story by Ann Coulter.
Yeah, I don't know about
that. Take that shit with a grain of salt.
I know.
Get back out to the fields, Ann. We gotta guard the crops.
Ann Coulter, you piece of fucking trash.
Do you think she's a pain at the 20?
No. And if she is, take your fucking money back and I'll refund her. No, because if she was, she'd be tweeting at us to try to get more clout or whatever about how horrible we are.
Oh, God.
In one of those documentaries, the footage that we see, Monica says, I have to tell you, I was swept away. It was cool and irresponsible. And oh my God, it's the president. And like, he sees her as just another sex object. Right. He has the most powerful job in the world. And she's a 22-year-old intern. And that's disgusting.
Yeah.
So like their quote relationship starts. And what their relationship is like, they'd meet up sporadically every several months. Yeah. Another thing that I think people thought is that it was like every night they were having this like torrid affair.
Right.
And it was spread out over several months, which was killing Monica.
Yes.
All she wanted to do was see him. And he would say like, I can't see you, I can't do this. But he also wouldn't say like, Monica, we can't do this at all.
Right.
He was leading her on because he liked the attention.
Yeah, and he liked the sex.
And the sex. When he got it, but he had plenty of other women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Monica wasn't the only one.
The extent of their relationship was far bigger than most people know. It wasn't just like a single sex act in the Oval Office. They had a relationship.
I really think Monica thought he was going to divorce Hillary and marry her.
Dirtbag Ann Coulter does make a decent point where she's like, I really think Monica thought he was going to leave his wife and marry her.
I'm sure he was like, once I'm done with this whole presidency thing, it'll be me and you, baby.
And then I was like, who cares what you think, Ann Coulter?
You, Ann
Go
Coulter.
guard the pasture.
She looks like... I don't like talking about people's looks.
No, me either.
But there is something about her that she feels like the Crypt Keeper. And that's all I wanted to say. If you have a side-by-side of Ann Coulter and the Crypt Keeper, you say, who's more evil? I don't know.
I know.
That's all I'm saying. But he would also like recycle his own moves. Like the same book he gave Hillary, apparently Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman, he was like giving to Monica too.
And stop doing that. Like if men, women, if somebody gives you a copy of Leaves of Grass on a date, really
run.
That's such a player move.
Yeah.
Like look how like worldly and classy I am. I love Walt Whitman. Shut up.
You know what? Don't give me homework on a date. Aren't we here to have fun? Don't give me something to read. What do you want, a book report next week?
I know.
Absolutely not.